Most traders lose their PropW account usually because of lack of proper risk management. So in this video, what I want to do is to show you guys how you can start applying proper risk management to be able to pass your PropW, get funded, and also be able to withdraw payout. Now, the first step in this process is to understand the rules of each PropW that you are using, and you need to pay attention to the maximum drawdown or the daily maximum drawdown of that PropW or that particular account. So once you understand the maximum daily drawdown of that account, then you're going to be dividing that daily drawdown into the number of trades that you can take in a day. So for example, if you can only lose 5% of that account every day, it means that you should not be risking more than 1% of that account in any single trade. And how you're going to be able to do this is to make sure that once you enter a trade, you're going to set your TP and your SL so that it does not exceed 1% of your account. So if you just purchase a challenge account, so the first thing that you need to do, like I said, is to first of all go through the rules of that PropW, understand everything, read in between the lines so that you don't get caught up in the web of making a huge mistake that would cost you that account. Now, once you understand the rules, the next thing is for you to be able to evaluate your skill level. You need to know where exactly you are in terms of your skill set. So if you're a beginner, or if you're an intermediate trader or advanced trader, or you're already profitable, that would play a huge role in terms of how you're going to be applying risk management or how you're going to be risking the account. For example, the PropW that I use, that is PropW, I'll drop the link in the description. You have a minimum of 5 days to trade. If you have a 10,000 funded account and then you want to pass that challenge, give yourself at least 5 days. And in those 5 days, if you're risking 1% of that account, it means at least in 5 days you would have risked about 5%, which is the maximum that you can risk for a day. So even if you have 5 losing streaks in that 5 days, you will still have about 5% more to risk for you to be able to pass or to lose the account. So you can see that risking very small would make you stay longer in the game. Now, another thing that you want to do is for you to pick a particular pair that you understand and monitor the movement. So like in the crypto space, you know, there are lots of coins out there. You have Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, XRP, and so many other coins out there. So this can really be confusing if you do not discipline yourself to be able to narrow it down to a particular pair that you can study over time to understand how it moves. So for example, I like to trade Ethereum. So right here on Ethereum, you can see that what I do first of all is to map out the key levels. So once you map out the key levels, it will help you to understand the movement of that particular pair. While I'm making this video, it can be considered that we are in the bear market. So most of the times I'm looking out for a sell opportunities. But also there are some days you can easily catch some buys opportunities if you eventually decide to map out your key levels like this. So what I do is I come to the 4-hour time frame, and then I'm going to look at the chart and then be able to map out the key levels. So you can see the key levels that I mapped out long time ago. You can see it's as if the market keeps respecting it. Once it gets to the support level, the market behaves in a certain way, and then it gets to also the resistance level, it behaves in a certain way. So with that, I know that this market is basically in a ranging market, but also in a downtrend. So I look out for more of a sell opportunity. So right here now you can see I've mapped that out. So if I want to take a trade right now, my bias is going to be a sell, because right now I can see that this is trying to hit this particular key level right here. So once it gets to this key level, I'm going to observe it to know whether it's going to break it outrightly or whether it's going to start to reverse back. So if it's going to reverse back, then so I'll also enter a buy and wait to take my profit somewhere here. So the basic thing is to be able to know how to map out these key levels, and it's very easy. So once you map it out on a 4-hour time frame, you can also come on a 1-hour time frame to see what it looks like. You can see it still respects the key level right here, and you can see how this market is respecting this key level right here. So if I want to enter a trade now, I might take a sell. Now I have a 10,000 account. You can see I've passed the first phase, so I'm now in the second phase. So if I want to take a trade right now, what I'm going to do is to risk just about 10% of this entire funds. So for the fact that you are given a $10,000 account does not mean you should trade with the entire 10,000 funds at the same time. So most people do this. Before you know it, just small movements can cause them to lose the maximum allowable amount in a day, or to even lose the account entirely. So for the fact that you have $10,000 does not mean you should risk $10,000 in every single trade. So what I can do is to risk about 10%, and the highest leverage that you have for this account is 5x. So you can use 5x, or if you want to even use lesser risk, you can even use lesser leverage. So now if I'm going to risk this 10% of this, so that means I'm going to be risking about $1,000 after taking the trade. So what I will do is I'll come here and I'm going to set my TP and set my SL. So when I'm setting my SL, I will ensure that I cannot lose more than $100 in that particular trade. My target could be to make like $200 while I risk about $100. So with this type of approach and this type of tight risk management, you most likely going to be staying longer in the market. So like I always say, it's not all about passing in one single trade. So many persons are trying to pass their PropW challenge in one single trade, and at the end of the day they would lose entire funds, and that will mean for them to keep recycling money to buy more funded accounts. And of course, prop firms, they even make more money when you lose, because when you lose, that means you're going to be buying another prop account, because these prop accounts, they are like simulated accounts. So by the time you keep losing money and keep spending hard-earned money to buy more prop accounts, then you keep making more money off your back. So that is why you should be able to take out time and really don't rush it, and make sure you analyze the market properly. So if you want to join my crypto community, my crypto group, where we give out premium signals and also trade together as a community, check the link in the description of the video to join my crypto community. If you also would want me to take you up on one-on-one mentorship, also check the link in the description of the video to get in touch. So I hope you got some value from this video, and I will see you in the next one.